guys, this is Scorpius Monkey here. This is my 100 subscriber special. I am going to be making a tutorial on how to make an awesome icon like I do in 3D. And it's going to use Paint.net, which is a free program. You will need some plugins, which I will link below, and I will link a download link to Paint.net as well. But also, sorry that my microphone is sort of weird. I don't use my microphone very often, and I can't use my webcam because it's on my laptop, and I use my monitor. But I am planning on fixing that soon. Sorry about any background noise as well. It's just my car is driving down the street because the window is right by my PC. So I guess that's all I have to say. Let's get right into the tutorial. First, what you're going to need is an icon kit. I have quite a few GFX and icon kits here. But if you're on a really good 2D, 3D, really good 2.1 3D icon kit is this one by Vision the Game. It has pretty much every 2.1 icon. I think all 2.1 icons. And then it has all the ships except for the 7,000 star. And then it has some icon gradients, which you can use if you want to as well, but I usually don't want to. Then I did download a 2.1 2D icon kit, but the resolution was really low. You can check it for yourself. I won't bother showing you. So I downloaded another pack which has all of these in HD for people that request 2D icons. So yeah, I can't do that chip in 3D or that chip, but I think I can do that chip. And I can't do that chip either, but otherwise I can do the rest of the ships in 3D. For this icon, I will use... No, I'm not going to use a 2.1 chip. Here's another pack. I don't remember who it's by. But it is Spanish. That's why it says Iconos and Geometry Dash Bocetos 3D. But sorry if I'm bad at Spanish, but I'm gonna start with a nice ship like I'm just gonna do the 3,500 star ship. And for an icon, I will do a 2.1 icon, I think. Maybe... I can't choose. I think I'm going to do... By the way, I'm just picking this randomly. I don't know anybody that uses this icons. Well, I'm gonna pick that icon. And now, I took a screenshot of all the colors in Geometry Dash of each color page, so I can just select all those and open them up. So these are pretty much the images they're gonna need from icon kits. And you're gonna need some borders as well, which I will get into soon. But for the colors, I am going to do let's do riot colors like blue and pink. Okay. Now, the top color will be pink, so it'll be on that side for this icon. And yeah, I think you get the point. The top color will be pink like it is on riots. And usually, one thing you should do is after you dye that, say you go into here and you switch to that color. If you didn't unselect it, it'll turn that color that you changed to. So make sure to do Control D and deselect it. But I did that and did it to the appropriate color. So what I can do is when I want to do something, I'll just paint it and then switch to the other color. And another trick for making something a darker or lighter shade of something, you can press more and edit the shade, as you can see I just did. and deselect less, and I will need the bright pink again. Actually, I don't know what those colors would look like on the ship, so I'm going to select that quickly. I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, I am back. I took a screenshot of how the colors are so that I can just get them from here. And as you see, that is the same pink, but now I know which parts are going to be blue. The 3 dots, the spike, and that. That, spike, and the 3 dots. I think I'm going to do it like I dye that purple. Or wait, Control C. Primary. Yeah, I'm gonna dye that purple, and I'm also gonna dye that piece purple. And make sure to do Control D. What other parts? Okay, the rest of it is pretty much pink except for the dark part. So that part is light, and these parts are dark. Here, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the same darkness from here, because it will probably be the exact same color, so. There. What? Okay, there. Now we have the color. Dye it, and now just take that again. Dye it, dye it, dye it, dye it, dye it, dye it, dye it. Now I think what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna dye the circles blue, even though it will be the inside. If you can sort of picture how it would look in 3D, which I sort of can, then you'll understand what I mean. But sometimes they'll have a divider, like, and there'll be a really small part, but you'll still have to dye it. So what I'll do is I just go and use the zoom tool and dye it. And there we go. We have colored them. Now this is where you're going to need a extension pack or plugins. I like to select the add union, and then instead of putting it on flood contagious mode, I put it on global. And then I can select all of one color just with one click. So then you're going to want to go effects. I'm not sure where this will be. It might be an object and then bevel selection. But I go to selection and then bevel selection. Put it where a place where you think it looks nice. I think since this is a big picture, I actually have to put it pretty high. But I think 15 looks about right. And you do Control D to deselect. Okay, that looks good. Now to bevel select the icon, you just do the same thing. You take the magic wand, add union, and then do global. And you can click on something and it'll select all of that color. Because some icons have a lot of separate parts. This one actually doesn't. But like, for example, the 4 demon icon has a lot of parts. If you were doing a 2D icon, because I haven't seen that ever in a 3D icon. In a 3D icon, sorry. Excuse me. I think, yeah, 6 looks about right. What I like to do is I'll just open a new image and just make it like big, like 1,000 by 1,000, and then you don't leave it white. You have to go and delete the background and make a new layer. I like to just name this background though. You don't have to, of course. Now you can just do Control C on the image and it'll select it. In fact, you don't need that tool. You can just use that tool and you can select it if you want. It doesn't really make a difference. unless you're selecting just a specific part. But since I want the whole image, even the background, because it's just transparent, I just do Control C with nothing selected. And I have to do new layer or it won't work. Like if I do that, it won't just be big, but if there's another image there, it won't work, like if there was a background. So you do new layer and then keep canvas size, because some of these are actually pretty high resolution. So that is about right, I'd say. Take the icon, of course. Don't want to forget that. Unless you're just doing the ship, which you could do. Now this part, since this is an icon, a ship where there's many different parts that overlay and stuff. Okay, that looks about right for size. A bit bigger actually. Okay, maybe that's a bit too big. No, that's good. Actually, I screwed up. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to not do the bevel selection on them separately. Just color them. You don't want to bevel select them yet, I forgot, until you have them, until you'd have the ship riding the icon. So I can just copy it without the bevel selection, not yet. Sorry, I screwed up there. Because you do the bevel selection once you have them both. Like, I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'll just put that into a good placement where the icon will look right. And that. Now a bit down. That is good. Control C, copy that. Paste that in. Put it in a spot where it looks like it's actually writing it, and they're both the right size. I'd say there, with a bit of rotation, of course, because the first part is rotated. So that you might be thinking that doesn't look right at all because it's overlapping and everything. Well, I'll show you one thing. Okay, sorry, I was just checking my phone. Okay, so I can't swap the layers because it's colored, but you could probably, like, what I mean, it doesn't look right. That's supposed to be poking above it. If you sort of understand what I mean by that, but I'll take the zoom tool. Take the paintbrush, or not the paintbrush, this tool, the line tool. Put it at a thickness of around, not 10. 10 is a bit too big. Select black as one of your colors. Don't worry, you can get that exact shade back anytime. Now just choose a good line size. I'd say, now that's pretty close to the right thickness, but I think I'm gonna go for 5. Yeah, that looks good. Just shape it and make it look appropriate. The one right across here. That looks better. Now you might be thinking, hey, now that looks even worse. Well, just wait 1 second. I'll deselect that. Take the paintbrush. And you can just use that tool to select pink again. Wait, any of you on that layer. Select pink again. Oh, come on, I keep forgetting steps. you need to combine the layer onto the icon like that. Take the line tool again like we just had. Make it black. Just do what I just previously did. Notifications. Annoying. Do that again. That looks about right. Actually a bit. There we go. Now you can select pink again. Select the paintbrush. Maybe make it a bit bigger than 5, like 8 probably. And you can use that to clear that line out. Try to make it look as good as possible. I mean, if you do have a lot of effects, it won't show that much anyways, but I usually have quite a bit of effects. Oh yeah, now I can close Steam because I have video on share screen. Yeah, I can clear both of these lines actually. That looks right. Oh, Control Z. Control Z is undo. Or you can go File. Or no. Yeah, Edit. Undo. Which is also Control Z. And redo is Control Y. So, now that we have that done, and you know how to do that, I'm gonna show you another trick that you can do. If you're doing the 3500 Starship, of course. With different ships and icons, it can be a bit different, but this is pretty much what you do. Like, it's not much different from this. You just try to make it look like it's actually riding it. Now, I'm gonna go and zoom in over here. As you can see, there would have been a point that would have continued. So you can actually take this tool still and put it back to the brush size. Oh, put it back to the brush size, 5, black. Well, it was 5 for me, could be different for you. And as you can see, you can actually curve this line. I'm just gonna try to make it look like the curve continues. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look. That looks good, sort of. It'll look better once I take this. And no, I think a straight. No, it needs to be curved a bit, just a tiny bit. Like so. Deselect, take the paintbrush, make it purple. Oh wait, I need this tool. Make it purple. We're gonna switch to blue anyway, so I just wanted to get the purple back. Take the, I would say a bit bigger, like 7 there, and you can just get rid of that line. And now if we zoom out, you can see it looks a lot more like it's actually riding it now, which is good. That's what we want. Now is where we do the bevel selection again. Actually, that point looks a bit off, but it's pretty far out. It'll look normal eventually. Or it won't look normal eventually, but I mean, like, you won't see it very much once we're done. So now we do the bevel selection like we saw previously in the tutorial. Effects, selection, bevel selection. Not a 6, that's a bit small. That's a bit big, so I'd say a 9. deselect. And now we can do select the move selected tools is what I like to do. And then I go, this is where I think it'll be an object for you. I'm not sure where else it'll be. And you can do object, outline object. And that's basically how we do the glow. I know in some icon kits it'll come with a glow, but 3D ones usually don't. And I like to do this more anyways. So, 8, yeah, that looks about right. Actually, you can close those images now. And you can, oh wait. Actually, yeah, we can just close all these. I like to save the icon, like, just as its own image, just in case. Oh, wait, wrong folder. I have everything organized into folders. Oh wait, I'll name it just player. I'll just name it test 1. There we go. It'll automatically ask you to flatten the layer. You say flatten. And you can close that now. And we will go to open again. This is where, or not yet, it doesn't get complicated, but we're going to want to open a border. I found in the Mudstep Ultimate Pack borders, Kaido's borders. I will link Mudstep and Kaido below. Mudstep made an awesome GFX pack, and Kaido made some awesome borders. Like, look at these. These are awesome. For this, which one should I select? They all look awesome, but I think I will use this one. Make it mostly, oh yeah. Also with these, there's no space in the corner for a letter, so I usually don't need them with Kaido's borders, but you can just, remember to turn off logo and put it back to contagious. And you're gonna wanna, or I'm not sure if that's contagious, I'm pretty sure it is, but so you're just gonna wanna go and just dye the parts that you think should be dyed. I am personally gonna go and dye most of it purple, but there are still gonna be some blue parts. That's gonna be a checkerboard. Purple, 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 purple. Or I guess that could be more of a pink. I think I said pink earlier in the video. But I will dye these ones that I think should be pink. Pink? Oh yeah. Don't dye the black line any color unless you want it to be that color. I try to make no colors the same touching each other, like those pinks will be touching each other. So I try not to do that, but sometimes it can be hard. Like I'm just looking for some spots where it'll be impossible to make them not touch each other. And no, that can be pink here. Pink and pink, and there. I think the rest is going to be blue. Once you choose the first bit of colors, it's sort of easy because you just fill in the spaces that aren't colored. In fact, since I save all my icons as PDNs, so I can go back and edit them at any point, if anybody actually uses these icons and colors, DM me on Instagram or Twitter, or comment below, and I can edit this and put in your name. But now I will go And what I like to do is I like to use the magic wand again, of course. Global, you can actually just click on the icon and make it sure it's add union. And since there's, as you can see, like there's a lot of little parts here, so you're gonna want to select them all. Effects, selection, again, it could be in a different place for you. Just go looking, it's probably in selection or object, but might be somewhere else. And now, double selection all the parts. I think 7 will look just fine. Deselect. There, that's a very good border. Kaido did a very good job. Now you can just open the icon kits and stuff. That's my folder, but you can open your icon wherever you saved it. And what I like to do, you don't have to do this, in fact, it's not needed at all. Also, I've been working on the Scorpius GFX pack, but so far there's just magic circles and textures, but it's a whip in progress, or work in progress, whip. Okay, that's not where the right texture is. Yeah. Oh, that's... Where's that? In that folder. I like to take a crack texture. In fact, it could be any texture. So I'm going to use a different texture for now. I just need to find one. Textures. There might be overlays. Yeah, here's a good one. I'll take that. Just put it over top of this. Like that. Now that's a bit of low resolution. It'll be fine. You go to properties instead of normal. You can do multiply. And then turn that down so that the icon is still bright. Unless you have, of course, black colors. Black and gray. But actually, I have to put this down quite a bit. Wow. Just put it down until you think it's fine. I think around, oh god, I have to put this pretty low, actually. I think 90, no, 85. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller just to keep the resolution just as small as possible. Okay, there. You can do that on top of the border even, but then what you do is you see these are in 2 different layers, and if you try to select it, it'll select all these cracks too. So what you do is you leave them separate. Go to this one, make sure you have these settings, global and add union, and make sure you're on this layer. Just make sure you're on that layer. And just select it like you usually would. Whoa, God. Make sure to even select black outline. Even select that. Select literally everything until there's just an outline going around the icon. Then you can combine the layers, and when you copy it, as you see, it only copies the icon. And it doesn't copy the cracked background, but it still has the cracked effect on the icon, which is a good trick that you can use. That's a bit big. That's not proportionally accurate. And I'd say that's good. Onwards. Okay, I'm back. I thought I just heard someone text me. Wow, we're already 30 minutes in, and we're almost at the effects. Okay, now just create a new image, just like usual, just make it something like 1000 by 1000. Make sure to make a new layer, and delete the background layer. You can rename this one background if you want. Okay, one sec. There we go. So I'm back. This is where you do the text. There's many different fonts you can use. Oxygen 1 is the title screen font, like that says Geometry Dash. Husab is the default font. There's all kinds of other fonts. I like True Lies, which is one that I downloaded. I'm not going to give you any download links for fonts because you don't need them. There's just so many different fonts, but we'll just do, make sure that whatever color you want the text to be, I want it to be purple, so make sure you have the purple set up, and then make sure you dye the other one black, and just, I'll type player. I'm gonna make it bolded actually. No, actually bolded doesn't look that good. Actually, I can make the font size bigger. 192. I can make it even bigger. 216. It's probably not going to go any bigger than that. But as you can see, that looks pretty cool. Now just make a new text. Make sure that this is deselected and you're typing somewhere else. You can move it up a bit if you want. And just type the exact same thing and then swap colors. And then what you do is you use the move tool and move it on top so that it has a black shadow, sort of. It can be any color shadow. I just like to use a black shadow. And again, find a spot that you like and do Control D. Take the magic wand. It doesn't have to be Add Union, but you can leave it as Add Union, and then leave it on actually global so that you can select all letters at the same time. And then you can give it a bevel selection, which I find looks nice on the letters. Depending on the font, it can look nicer than others. I think it still looks a bit nice if you keep it just low with this font, like that, sort of. That's sort of low. Yeah, that looks good. Then we're going to do an object outline to make the letters stand out. So go to Object, Outline Object, and you can make it the same glow as the player, which does look really nice for that, and I'm thinking of keeping it. Or you can do something like where you dye it white once, and then you go Object, Outline Object again, and make it black the second time, which can look really nice if you want to do that. But I am going to make it blue. Object, Outline, Object. Actually, I might not be able to find the right shade. Actually, that's the exact shade. I think 7 is going to look good. Now copy it. You don't need to select anything because you just want the whole image. Actually, with this, you can go and use the rectangle select and select just the text like so. Control C and make a new layer, of course, which should be layer 3 if you're doing it correct, and paste it in. And as you see, it's just what we selected. There's a lot of purple and blue, or pink and blue, so it's hard to find a spot where it actually stands out. That's why sometimes I like to use the white and black technique that I showed you. But for this one, yeah, that's good. Zoom in. this is where we start the effects. You can close all the images you've used so far, except for the main image. Oh wait, what you're going to want to do is go background, like on the main border, that tool. Effects, object, outline object, just to make the border stand out a bit more. This part, it's relatively quick. Choose effects that are the colors that match yours. I like to open all my effects first. I'll be using that. I'm gonna choose a blue flare just because so far all of the other effects are purple. That's actually one good thing about Dax Icon Kit is it has flares. But actually wait, Mudsteps has flares as well, and it has more. Yeah, so I said I was gonna choose a blue flare, I think, because it is most of the effects are purple. I think that looks good. And I like to add the flare as the first effect. Keep canvas size. And to flip around the image, you can just take this side and put it like that on the other side. And there, we flipped it around. Make sure that it takes up everything, the whole image, and make it go from normal to additive. The third one. And as you can see, it added it on top of the icon, so it's flaring on top of the icon. It is called a flare. I like to put it in again, like just because it looks nice 2 times. That's a good spot. Additive. That's really bright, so I'm gonna darken it. Make it less. No, actually, I'm just not gonna have 2 flares in this icon. Then take your just have a set of particles to use like this. Do Control C because you want the whole image, and it actually doesn't matter whether the background is transparent for these particles. You're just gonna want a new layer, paste. Again, make sure this takes up the whole image, so you're gonna want to choose pretty high resolution images, otherwise they'll start to look pixely. And then again, do the third one, additive. Actually, you can mess around with this a bit, like multiply, if you like that effect. Color burn, color dodge, doesn't really do much actually. Reflect, glow, overlay, difference, that looks ugly, negation, lighten. Lighten is good actually. Lighten makes it so it's not as bright, sort of. Darken, this looks pretty cool sometimes. Screen, and then Azure, which can look, sort of inverts it a bit. But I'm gonna go with lighten for this. Actually, no, I'm gonna go additive. Yeah. Then take something where you have sort of like brightness or something coming from the top or bottom. That's not very good resolution at all. I'll just try to make the image small. Whoa. Okay. Actually, I might not use this effect. I might use a blue effect here, because I have a blue one of these that's with higher resolution. But yeah, you can't really tell the pixels when you put it on lighten. Yeah, deselect, that looks good. Take this one, make sure you have an explosion that sort of ends before the edge of the photo. Copy it, paste it, and put it sort of where the icon would be. So it's like a square where the icon will be, and go additive. Oh, I gotta wrap up this tutorial quick. Sorry to be in 40 minutes. Okay, there's not much more into this, but sort of put it like pretty much exactly where the icon is and go, oh wait, it's already on additive. Then put it down, not the bottom layer, like not under the border, but above the border. But make sure it's under the icon, but above the border. Actually, I'm gonna make this lighten. And actually, that is gonna go, no. I'm just gonna make it less visible, or the opacity lower. Like a 215. There we go. And you can take, say, you can search up, like, for example, purple magic circle. Or, yeah, like that. And then you should get some results like that. Paste that in. These are optional, you don't have to use those. In fact, that's why I opened it after all the other effects. Put it sort of like, try to put like 2 to 5 in, sort of spread out among the image. And make sure they don't overlay like the black like that, because it'll cut off and look really ugly. I'm only going to do 3 here, which I think is sort of at the perfect amount. I'm gonna make it a smaller image actually. There we go. Or a bit down. Perfect. Make this can be additive or lighten. Additive, it's a bit bright. Lighten, it's not as light. Actually, with lighten for this, it's not like I'd rather that because it's more visible. Probably around 240 will be good. Again, you don't need to change the opacity. Put this, again, like the explosion, above the border but under the icon. Or in fact, it can be under the border and it'll be in the background there. But I like to go above the border. In fact, I'm gonna make that a lower opacity again. There we go. In fact, make sure this is under the explosion. In fact, there's only one bit left. Just go take a texture like that, this gray texture. It looks sort of like an old TV. Just copy it, Control C, and Control V to paste. You should know the Control C and V already, but I'm just mentioning them. And you don't have to use those, you can actually just go copy when it's selected up there, like same with undo. But put this one on multiply. We only use multiply twice to add the cracked effect. Well, this is to add, actually the cracked effect isn't very visible. Make it so it's not too dark, but it's a bit darker if it's too bright, and it also looks a bit nice. Like you can have 210 if that looks bright enough. Make sure it's your top layer. This was just a mildly advanced tutorial. I can do a more advanced tutorial, which would probably be around an hour to an hour and a half. This is a 45-minute tutorial, but leave this as the top layer, and as you can see, this looks awesome, and it is done. You can go save as. I save mine as a PDN as well. I like to do that. Finish GFX icons, PDN, test 1, or this is, I'll do player 1. Player 1. I like to save mine as a PDN because I can go in and edit it. Like it'll save exactly like this, all the layers separate, and you can go in and change anything. If someone used these icons and they wanted me to put their name there, that is completely possible because all I would have to do is go to layer 3, and remove layer. And I can design text of their name. Make sure you save it as a PNG as well, or it won't be usable. Or it can be a PNG or a JPEG or whatever image type you like to use. I like PNG. As you can see, all of these are PNGs. In fact, I've made a lot of icons that haven't been speed arts. As you can see, like there's Wild Snake, Riley, Stabby, Novo's on stream, but Blitz Shadow, that one was really good. Azrael, Apfroy, Aetha, but I'll just save this. That one was just I don't even know. I was just showing my friends some examples and then we just got a bit goofy. Save this, press OK. You can preview the file size. Don't worry that it only has part of the image. It'll have the whole image. Just go flatten, wait for it to save. You can exit this and go here. And as you can see, finish GFX icons PNG. Wait for it. And here we have it. It should look something like this, but with your icons and your name. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and it helped you a ton. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Bing that bell, turn on post notifications. Make sure that you are subscribed and updated. Follow me like I said. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Bye!